It was a cold, windy night in New York City. The kind of night when street lamps flicker and shadows seem to move on their own. A lone police officer walked the quiet streets, his boots echoing softly on the wet pavement. As he rounded a corner near a small cafe, he noticed a man standing there, hands buried deep in his coat pockets, staring into the dimly lit street. The man was tall, well-built, wearing a long coat and a hat pulled low over his forehead, waiting for someone. He checked his watch and smiled faintly. 20 years, he whispered to himself, and here I am, right on time. 20 years ago, he had made a promise to a friend, a promise to meet at this very corner, no matter what life brought them. Back then, he and Jimmy were inseparable, best friends who shared everything. But life had pulled them in different directions. He remembered that day clearly, the laughter, the promises, the handshake that sealed their pact. No matter what happens, 20 years from now, we meet right here. The man's patience didn't waver. He imagined his friend, now a successful businessman, walking up, tipping his hat, and laughing at the irony of their lives. A sudden sound of footsteps caught his attention. A police officer was approaching, lantern in hand. "Good evening, sir," the officer said, his voice steady but curious. "Are you waiting for someone?" "Yes," the man replied. "My old friend. We promised to meet 20 years from now, right here, on this corner." The officer nodded, listening politely. There was something about the man, something familiar yet distant. The conversation remained polite, casual, almost friendly. But as they talked, a subtle tension built in the air, the kind of tension that makes every passerby seem like a shadow of danger. Finally, the officer reached for his notebook. "Do you mind if I ask you a few questions, sir?" The man smiled confidently, unaware of the truth he was about to face. He recounted his story, the years gone by, the success he had achieved, the life he had lived. Then, almost casually, the officer revealed a shocking truth. He was Jimmy, the very friend he had been waiting for. But life had changed them both. Jimmy was no longer the carefree boy of 20 years ago. He was a man of law, responsible for keeping the city safe. "I'm afraid I have to take you in," Jimmy said quietly. "It's my duty. I wish it were different." The man's smile faded. His eyes widened in disbelief. "Jimmy?" he whispered, realizing that loyalty and duty had collided in the most unexpected way. Jimmy placed a hand on his shoulder, a gesture of friendship and farewell. "Some promises can't survive the years," he murmured. "But I'll never forget you, old friend." As the man was led away, the street returned to its quiet state. Only the flickering lamps and the echo of distant footsteps remained. Two men, friends once inseparable, reunited for a moment, only to part again, bound by the choices they had made and the years that had passed between them. The city swallowed their story into its endless nights, a story of friendship, duty, and the irony of time. And somewhere, in that quiet corner, the promise of 20 years lingered, haunting, beautiful, and unforgettable.